It's pretty easy to forget that there's this huge, massive story unfolding right there inside your smartphone. I mean, every single update, every cool new feature, it's all part of this giant global chain reaction. So today, we're going to connect the dots. We're going to look at the AI in your phone and trace its impact all the way back to our planet.
And believe me, it's happening way faster than you might think. There is a huge update just around the corner, one that's going to weave AI into our daily lives like never before. And yeah, I'm talking about Android 16.
Okay, so just take a look at this timeline. We go from the first developer preview in November 2024 to the final release in June 2025. That is incredibly fast. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that's the blink of an eye. It really shows you just how quickly this powerful new tech is being cooked up and pushed out to literally billions of devices.
So the big question is, what's actually new here, right? Well, there are a bunch of updates for sure, but the real game changer is how deeply AI is being integrated. For instance, take the new photo picker. It connects seamlessly with cloud services like Google Photos. What does that mean for you? It means you can search for your cloud photos from any app. And honestly, that's just one small taste of this much, much bigger AI-powered shift that's happening.
And the name behind all of this integration, it's Gemini. Now, this isn't just another app or a little feature. No, think of it as the engine. It's the AI engine that's driving everything from those smarter photo searches we just talked about to completely new ways of learning and creating. And the key thing is, it's being built right into the very core of the operating system.
All right, to really get a grip on Gemini's power, let's look at how it works in education. Turns out, researchers found this really interesting tension between what students want and what they actually need. Most of the time, we just want the quick, easy answer, right? But what we really need to learn are guided questions, prompts that actually make us think. And that, right there, is a massive challenge for any AI that's trying to be a tutor.
And this quote from an educator, wow, it just perfectly captures that tension. An AI that just spits out the answer, yeah, it feels helpful for a second, but as a teaching tool, it's a total failure. So that leads to the really crucial question. Can an AI actually learn how to be a real tutor?
Well, it turns out the answer is yes. When education experts did a blind test, they didn't know which AI was which. With all the leading models, Gemini 2.5 Pro came out right on top. And that really shows its strength. The educators found it was just better at guiding students, at asking the right questions, instead of just spoon-feeding them answers. It was literally designed to teach.
But Gemini's role goes way, way beyond just tutoring. It's also this incredibly powerful creative partner. Imagine this. You're inside an app like Google Slides, and you can just type a prompt to create a custom image or even a whole infographic completely from scratch. I mean, that's totally transforming how we create and share our ideas.
Okay, but here's the thing. All of this incredible power, the ability to teach, to create, to search in an instant, it all comes at a price. And it's a massive, physical, resource-intensive price that, honestly, most of us never even get to see. This is where all that magic really happens. It's not in some vague, abstract cloud. It's in these sprawling, seriously energy-hungry data centers, just like this one. These are the physical homes of AI, and they are running 24/7 all across the globe. And wow, are they thirsty. In 2024 alone, Google's data centers used over 11 billion gallons of water. Let that sink in. Most of that is just for cooling the thousands upon thousands of servers that run models like Gemini. And to put that into perspective for you, that's enough water to fill more than 16,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Just wow.
So let's be super clear about the cause and effect here. The AI revolution that's happening on your phone is directly fueling this massive surge in global demand for electricity and water. It's simple, really. As the AI models get more powerful, the data centers that run them need more and more resources to operate and just to keep from overheating.
So you see the challenge, right? It's huge. How do you power this brand new era of innovation without putting this totally unsustainable strain on the planet? Well, Google's tackling this with a strategy that has a bunch of different parts. The goal isn't just to manage the demand, but to fundamentally change how all of this is powered in the first place. And a huge piece of that puzzle is investing in clean energy on an absolutely massive scale. Just in 2024, Google signed 60 new deals for renewable energy from sources like wind and solar. And the goal here, it's not just to keep pace with the growth, it's to actually get out ahead of it.
But they're also investing in some really cool next-generation stuff, what they call 24/7 carbon-free energy. We're talking about things like enhanced geothermal, which literally taps into the Earth's core heat, or small modular nuclear reactors for super consistent clean power. They're even turning waste wood into electricity. These kinds of technologies are absolutely crucial if you want to power a data center around the clock without using fossil fuels.
But the problem isn't just about energy, it's also the hardware itself. So to tackle that, Google is building something they call a reverse supply chain. What does that mean? Well, instead of just recycling old servers, they've set up a whole system to pull out and repurpose the components, basically giving them a second life.
And the scale of this is pretty impressive. 8.8 million. That's how many components this program harvested from old hardware in 2024. Those parts were then either reused in other servers or sold off. And that makes a huge difference. It cuts down on e-waste and all the emissions that come from making brand new parts.
And this, for me, is where the story gets really, really fascinating. The very same technology that's creating this huge demand for resources, AI, is also being used as one of our most powerful tools to actually solve environmental problems.
Let's start with a super simple, everyday example. You've probably even seen this. Google Maps now uses AI to show you the most fuel-efficient route, not just the fastest one. Now, for one trip, that's a small change. But when you scale that up across millions and millions of users, the impact becomes absolutely enormous. So, just how big is that impact? Well, in 2024, it's estimated that just 5 of Google's products helped all of us reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 26 million metric tons. To put that in perspective, that is more than double Google's own carbon footprint for the entire year.
And the applications go so much further than that. AI is being used to map wildfire boundaries almost in real time. It's providing flood forecasts for over 700 million people. It's helping airplanes avoid creating those warming contrails in the sky. It's even being used to monitor our oceans to stop illegal fishing. It's incredible.
I mean, this is what it looks like when AI becomes a tool for the entire planet. It lets us crunch all this complex data from satellites and get a crystal clear picture of what's happening on a global scale. And that, in turn, empowers organizations to protect our most vulnerable ecosystems in ways that just weren't possible before.
So, at the end of the day, we're left with this really powerful paradox, aren't we? The whole AI revolution, the one that starts right there on your phone, creates these immense environmental challenges. But that very same technology might just be our best, most essential tool for building a more sustainable future. So the question really isn't if we'll use AI anymore. The question is, how will we choose to use its incredible power?